Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl B Sparrow Buzz Sweet Talk Radio. How y'all doing today? I'm doing just fine on this Sabbath. Oh my goodness, it's the Sabbath. I just realized it. That's sad. But anyway, I got my girl April Showers with me on the panel. How you doing, April?
Hey, B, girl, I'm doing fine. You know, we in minus 10 below zero. I just took
Jesus.
some clothes down to the laundry room, but they could stay there. It's just my rugs. I'm just thankful I woke my eyes and able to talk about the stuff that's going on in the United States of America and hopefully be able to open some eyes to see what's the truth. Well, what we think is the truth, hell, I don't know. I don't know if I know anything anymore.
I was
Sure.
just listening
Okay.
to what's his name? The lawyer that wear the blue suit all the time. The lead attorney, and he's over there talking about Don. Oh, actually, he's over there
Yeah,
talking
he should
about
be arrested.
he's over there talking about Corey Holcomb and Anton Daniels. So I don't know if you saw Corey Holcomb's response yesterday, but Corey really went in on Anton and his daughter. I think that was a little bit too much. He went in on
Yeah, but
Anton
you
Daniels.
know what, Ben?
He went in on Anton Daniels' 14-year-old daughter, and I just felt bad for the daughter. But then I start seeing more videos where Anton Daniels is talking about other people's children in the video. So what's happening to him? What comes around goes around. And so that is
Mhm.
what the lead attorney is talking about. Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb. Corey Holcomb brought up his wife and showed video of Anton Daniels' wife. He showed a picture of Antoine Daniels' 14-year-old daughter, and I just thought that that was a bit too much. In fact, I couldn't even watch it. I couldn't even finish watching it.
Yeah, yeah. I was somewhat feeling the same way, but you know, his wife they had already been on air. She was already talking about Anton. So
I
it's
know.
like, so when people say, well, she took it too far, she had already been on shows talking about him and their kids. So, you know, like they say, you give them that same energy they give you, right?
I guess so.
Or
I guess so. Mm.
yeah, you got some, but um, I'm gonna tell you like this, B.
Hmm. Where did she go?
I'm
Oh, maybe it's me. I can't hear you.
Corey Holcomb got in his face, and he dare him to say that, and then open his mouth again on that subject.
Oh yeah, he.
I'm a mute.
Well, when I saw the original
I'm
video,
my mic.
well, okay. So when I saw the original video with Holcomb and Anton Daniels, I just knew that they were going to fight. I was praying that they would, but I just knew the way that
B.
Corey Holcomb got up in and yeah. Can you hear me? What is really going on? Let me check my sound because I'm all over the place. Can you hear me, April? Hold on, let me go to my channel and check my sound because I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
Now, were you Were you able to hear me, B?
Nope. What were you saying?
No, no. I was Corey Holcomb could have got in my personal space like they did with, like he did with Anton Daniels. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know much about Anton Daniels, but I think he stood his
Mhm.
ground. But Corey chumped him though. Corey chumped him when he said, "Say it again, say it again, say I suck D one more time," and Anton Daniels would not
Right.
say it. But I was surprised that Anton stood his ground. I don't know if it was because he had security there or because I looked at another video.
Because
Who was that?
I just
Tariq Nasheed, and Tariq Nasheed said that Anton Daniels is not a fighter. He said that he know both dudes and that Corey Holcomb would have whooped Anton Daniels' tail. Hello, Moon Princess. Moon Princess. Moon Princess. Moon Princess Oi. I don't know. Moon Prince Soy. Anyway. But yeah. And so, and I was afraid for Darlene too, because Darlene kind of got in between them. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm kind of, oh, I feel a sore throat coming on. But I'm glad Corey told her to get out of the way. He told her to move and get out of the way. And she moved out of the way and let the two men dig it out. Now, Corey did say that Anton Daniels kissed ass for his audience. But when Anton Daniels said that Corey Holcomb sucked D for black people, that's when things took a turn. That's when everything took a turn. And they went at it. I mean, they really went at it. Darlene had to get out of the way. I'm glad she moved, but she had to get out of the way. Everyone was waiting for um, Corey Holcomb to respond because we all know
mhm.
that Anton Daniels did a video first. He was the first one to do a video. And when he did that video, Corey
Right.
Holcomb responded. Now, there's a rumor going around that's saying, I don't know if it's a rumor or not, but Anton Daniels, sorry, Anton Daniels is supposed to be suing. The way that he talked in his last video, they are saying that he is going to sue Corey Holcomb. I don't know why Corey Holcomb did that, man. I don't agree with bringing the wife and children into
Because Corey probably would have let it go, B. But remember Anton Daniels. It took Corey Holcomb a whole week to come back and start talking shit about the whole situation. Now we got to
Mm-hmm.
look at it like that. You know, he didn't do nothing. Anton got immediately started going on other people's platform. Okay, Corey Holcomb sat silent.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I just think that the kids are off limit. Man. That 14-year-old girl, he exposed her. Um, I'm that's the only thing. That's my thing. Arguing
Yeah.
over any. I think that when Anton told Corey that he sucked D for black people, that's when it took a turn.
Yeah, but then
That's when it took a
see,
turn.
it's like this. When he got in his face and told him to say it one more time and got in his face, could
Mm-hmm.
nobody have got in my personal space like that and told me to say something
Right.
one more time. The minute he would have got in my face, I'm 63 years old. I would have been pulling out switchblades, mace, and everything else, you know. But like I
Yeah.
said, Corey, he did not respond at first.
Right.
Anton, he bought all of this on his own. And so now they done tried to find some video where they say Corey Holcomb the beat up a woman or something. And at this point, I'm like, I don't believe it, even if it's true, because you don't know what's AI now or what it is.
Right. Right.
Because if he did hit this woman, okay, and now y'all want to bring it up, nah, I ain't going. I ain't going. You know, and now y'all want to show the video, nah, I ain't going for that. Once you get into it with somebody, then you want to expose them and stuff. So if they had this video, this alleged video of Corey Holcomb hitting a woman, and y'all decided now to show it, I ain't going.
I haven't
Uh-uh.
seen it. I haven't seen
Yeah,
it. I
yeah,
haven't seen
look
it.
at that. Uh-huh. Yeah.
You saw the
Yeah,
video
yeah, I saw the video.
of
Yeah.
Corey beating up a
And
woman?
he it was supposed to have been another female comedian. But then again, like I say, they all comedians, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? What's true, what's false. But I'm like this. If y'all didn't tell us about Corey before now, I'm not jumping on y'all bandwagon right now.
Right.
You know, I'm not gonna I'm not part of that go along, get along game to help
Right.
y'all. Y'all slaughter him now. Now you want to bring out the dirt. Nope. Uh-uh. Nope. Yeah, they talking about his career finish. No, it ain't. Uh-uh. Because
Mm. Well, I don't know if April fell. I can't hear her anymore. Or is it me? Y'all gotta let me know. Cause I be tripping sometimes. Let me see. Let me hear this sound. Okay, so if y'all don't know how this thing started off, it all started with Anton Daniels going on Corey Holcomb's podcast. And he kicked things off by telling Holcomb that black people can be some of the most racist folks out there. And naturally, Corey Holcomb wasn't feeling that. So the tension built when Daniels questioned what black folks even wanted and pointed out he lives in his Detroit community, hires over 50 people, and isn't just talking slick online. Then came the viral moment. Daniels implied Holcomb was pandering to black America using that phrase. I know what phrase it was. But Holcomb shot back, I lose respect. Well, no. Before then, Anton Daniels, was talking about how he hired black people, how he married to a black woman, a black dark skinned woman, how he. Okay, so here's my thing. It appears to me that Anton Daniels think that because he's married to a black woman and because he have a dark skinned daughter, is that's the prize. But that does no good if you're cheating on your dark skinned woman.
right. And that woman, can you hear me now, B?
Yes.
Okay. And that woman, his wife, this what people don't get is that she had already been interviewed by people talking about Anton. She had
Right.
already talked mess about him. So with Corey talking about her, he didn't start that. She had already been on different people platforms saying he was violent, saying he had a temper. When y'all want to make wait a minute, hold on. I'm trying to find oh wait a minute.
Yeah. And so um Corey said to Anton that he lose respect when dudes start sucking up to white men. And he said that's the easy way out. And just like that, right after that, it went downhill. It went the tables turned for the worse. It went from podcast to pre-fight, from a
But
podcast to a
Corey
pre-fight
Holcomb,
press conference.
right? But Corey Holcomb wasn't talking about it. Anton went back like he done checked him, and he told that nigga to go outside and all of this stuff. Corey Holcomb didn't say nothing. He didn't say
Right.
nothing.
He also
Anton,
said he would have beat Holcomb ass. That's what
yeah,
Anton Daniels said, that he would have beat Corey Holcomb ass, which I doubt it. But
right.
the two men tried to explain their triggers. Then remember, they tried to explain what triggers them, what ticks them off, and Daniels asked why Holcomb was so bothered by certain language, right? And Holcomb said, reply with manhood is all men have left. You don't disrespect a man to his face and expect it to be cool. And Daniels wasn't buying it, calling Holcomb a hypocrite. Because what better way to de escalate than toss gasoline on a campfire? That's all Anton was doing, tossing gasoline on a campfire. I believe he knew what he was doing. I believe he knew that Corey would get kind of emotional. I believe he
Right.
knew what he was doing. He did that for a purpose.
Yeah, he did that for a purpose to show like he tough. But then you see where they got a video where this Caucasian man was talking to him, and he had no smoke for the Caucasian man.
He never do.
Yeah,
He never do.
yeah. And so, like I said, when he got in his face, honey, girl, it would have been all over with. Nobody could get in my face like that. I
Yeah.
don't care. I don't care who it is. I might be 63, but you're not gonna come into my space. You're not gonna get that close, and then you ain't gonna tell me what I ain't gonna say. So he didn't say it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the comments. Um, what you was saying, just he didn't even
Hey, you
ask.
Quabba.
Yeah, I was looking at his comments. But like I said, you can look up some videos. Anton Daniels' wife had already been talking about him. She already had been saying how temperamental he is. Uh, you know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like,
She said he couldn't communicate properly, which I find that hard to believe. His Anton's wife said that he did not know how to communicate. And I find that hard to believe. Rukwaba said Anton was instigating and got angry when Corey said he kissing the behind a white man. Yes. Yep. Plus he didn't even stand up for his wife. That's because he had another woman there. And why he let his daughter watch adult content anyways? Well, he claimed that she was being bullied at school, but I don't know how she was being bullied that quick. From if she was being bullied from this, I don't know how, because Corey Holcomb, when he when he dropped his video, it was midnight. Corey Holcomb dropped his video around midnight. So how was she bullied at school the next day? Hmm. So now the question is, will Anton sue? Is Anton Daniels going to sue Corey Holcomb? And did Corey Holcomb think of that before he went on his rant? Go ahead, April.
I said, what he gonna sue Corey for? He just repeating what your wife said. I mean,
Mm,
what you gonna sue him for? I mean, he didn't say in so many words. He alleged that that was his mistress, but he just said when they got out the limo. Let me tell you something, B. That's like I got some cousins and they come around. We got one cousin. We know him and this lady fooling around. They try to act like they friends. No, nigga, we picking
Right,
up on y'all energy.
right.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna
But
mute
did you
my
see
mic.
her video? Did you see her video? Mika. Her name is Mika or Mecca or something like that.
No,
She came and did a video and talked about how she was invited to the 5150 show, how she met Corey Holcomb and shook his hand and everything. Do you know she didn't mention Anton once? She didn't mention Anton Daniels once in her video. Anton was the one that set her up. He was the one that told her he was gonna let her get on the 5150 show. She thought that she was gonna get on the panel with on the 5150 show, and she found out that she wasn't going to be on the panel when she got there. And then Darlene said that she noticed uh type of energy between Anton and that young lady, that Mika. She noticed the type of energy between them. And when Anton was doing his video, Anton or whatever was doing his video, and he was bragging about how his wife is dark skinned and how he got a dark skinned wife and how a lot of black men can't say that. He think that's the prize. He think he doing something good by marrying a dark skinned black woman and having dark skinned black children. That's good. But what good is it when you cheating on her? When you prancing around town and prancing around the United States of this here America with light skinned women on your arm? What good is your marriage to your dark skinned woman? What are you bragging for? What are you boasting about? When you walking around here with light skinned women on your arm? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So we don't know what's going to happen. Um, uh, I just hate it. I just wish that Corey hadn't gone to hell. You know how they say, so I heard somebody say, you go low, I'm going to go to hell. Corey went to hell. He went low and he started calling the man wife names. He called the daughter names. I just think that was so uncool. I just think that was so uncool. Uncool. Yaquaba said, I remember being called out to
Can you
sing,
hear me?
and I wasn't even on the program. Yeah, hold on. He said, I understand how she possibly felt. You know, that happened to me too. When I was in church, this girl invited me to her. She and her husband was getting remarried,
Mm-hmm.
and she invited me to sing. And when I went, that half act like I wasn't even there. I was so blown. So yeah, I could feel that. Go ahead, April. Well, Aaron Hall is missing.
Good, good. Aaron Hall been missing since the Diddy days, since being in them alleged Diddy files and
Ah,
photos and stuff. You can look
R&B
this stuff
singer
up. I
Aaron
know.
Hall has not been located as of early 2026. They mean early 2025. Hall, known for hits like "I Miss
Mm.
You" and as a member
Yeah.
of the group Guy, is named in a civil lawsuit filed in the late 2023. The suit brought by Liza Gardner, also named Sean Diddy
Mm-hmm.
Combs, and accuses both men of sexual assault. Oops.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
girl had her receipt. That girl had her receipts. And remember that girl. she ended up, I believe, with like a some type of powerful man, um, somebody who was high up in the industry, and so that's why she told her story, you know. So yeah, but she had all of her receipts. You know, these people coming with these receipts, and the thing that I find so hard, and I feel so sorry for those people because they could not speak out at the time because nobody would believe them. But now they're coming out, you know, because we had to admit, you know, they had the whole industry on lockdown. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they could ruin you, you know. And even Gene Deal said that. I went into one of his shows and he said, I was talking to him. He said, no, April Showers, you can't get mad at people saying that they shouldn't have told. He said, you got to realize, like, these people, they were powerful. You know, they could ruin you. They would take you out. And I'm like, yeah, because look at all of the bodies that's been out there. You know,
And of course, everybody's still talking about the this Black Panther dude that's claiming to be a
oh
member of
yeah,
the Black Panthers. Everybody is
yeah,
talking about this zoo. He is being clowned.
yeah,
He is being clowned all over the place. It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. And I was so glad. I was so glad, girl. They got on top of that. I was proud to be a black person on that day
Right,
because
right.
they denounced that man, and then uh, one of the original founders came out and said, "This is not our fight. Mm-mm, no, mm-mm, no. We've been going through this for 400 and something years. Didn't nobody stand with us, and so,
I
no,
mean, the gall of him, the gall of him. When he all of a sudden he is coming out because of Renee Nicole Good, the one that was just. Why didn't he come out when Keith Porter was unalive? Where was he when Keith Porter was unalive? That's what I want to know. Where was he when Keith Porter was unalived by an ICE agent for shooting up a rifle in the air? Granted, we know that's not the smart thing to do, but that's what we do. Ringing in the new year. Well, not me, but a lot of black people, they shoot their guns up in the air. And how come no one is talking about this? How come no one is talking about? How come no one is fighting for Keith Porter? How come no one is on the house crying about Keith Porter, but they cried about the white lady, Jasmine
yeah,
Crockett?
because they all got some of that money, girl. She is such a crock of shit. I am so glad people are waking up to her. Say, you know, he was like, she was at the wrong place at the wrong time. She shouldn't have been there. Her own ex-father-in-law said it. Like, no, he didn't blame ICE. You know, they don't blame them. You know, I have to look out my window, B, and I have to say, am I really witnessing this?
Say it again, April. April,
Is
you
this
went.
what I'm really witnessing? They tried to paint the picture. She met him on the highway, or she might have been prostituting. They came up with all kind of excuses to defend the migrant.
It's really sad how they do us. It's really sad.
Yeah,
Keith Porter was
yeah.
unalived by
They
an
came up
off
with,
duty ICE agent in Los Angeles, excuse me, specifically the Northridge neighborhood on New Year's Eve of 2025. Wow, he was 43 years old and he was the father of two. The incident occurred around 10:30
but
p.m. on December 31st during a New Year's Eve celebration. The Department of Homeland
yeah,
Security stated that an off duty ICE agent living in the same apartment complex heard gunfire. He went to investigate and was forced to use his weapon defensively after encountering Porter with a long rifle. Family members, advocates, and witnesses argued that Porter was firing the gun into the air to celebrate the holiday and was not posing a direct threat to the agent. As of mid January, the ICE agent involved has not been publicly identified and no charges have been filed, leading to protests and demands for an independent investigation. I haven't heard of any protests.
well,
Yeah.
CB, and then here again, he was off duty. They were out
Mm-hmm.
there shooting fireworks, and
Mm-hmm.
they said, you know, the man asked them to stop shooting the fireworks. Stop shooting the fireworks. It might have been kids involved, everything involved. This guy was off duty. Now for yourself how we can get. You know, everybody want to shoot they guns and rifles and everything. And so a lot of people they were saying that the man did go to him nicely. Because hey, New Year's Eve and the 4th of July around here last for like a week.
Yeah. So they had a
I mean, you got to keep it 100. You know, it lasts for a week because they get all trigger
sometimes
happy. I don't know.
sometimes a month.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
friends, relatives, and civil rights advocates gathered at a candlelit visual to remember Keith Porter, who was unalived by an off-duty immigration and customs enforcement officer on New Year's Eve. Keith Porter's mother was overcome with grief during a candlelit visual in the community where he was raised. The event marked the second memorial in a week for the 43-year-old father of two who was shot and unalived by an ICE agent. You took our loved one from us. You unalived our loved one, and it's not fair. It's not right. According to the Department of Homeland Security, why is it according to them? I don't believe nothing they say. I don't believe what they saying. The off-duty ICE agent heard gunfire near his apartment and went to investigate. DHS says the agent then encountered Porter holding a long rifle. We're going by what the agent said. We listen. They listening to what the agent said, not to what happened to Mr. Porter, or what the witnesses are saying. Advocates say Porter had been firing a gun into the air as a way of observing the holiday, a practice routinely condemned by law enforcement. But that man did not have to lose his life. It was illegal, but at the end of the day, it's an American tradition. I don't know about all that. I don't know if that's an American tradition. Is that an
Hmm.
American tradition? Shooting a gun in the air on New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
So you would consider that this you would consider that a tradition, an American tradition. So all Americans
Mm.
do it because I only know black people to do it.
Thank you. Right. It ain't their tradition. It's our tradition. Yeah. Yeah,
I only know black people to do it. I have not known. I have not. Now that's not to say that white people don't do it or Latinos don't do it, but I've only known black people to shoot guns in the air on New Year's Eve.
exactly. Mm, mm.
So Keith Porter's visual is not this story is not getting the attention that Renee Good is getting.
Right, because it's not in the state of Minnesota where they're trying to hide that they done took all of this money from the government, loading up on planes and you know taking cash over there to other countries. You know,
So, do you believe that lady when she said that? And if it's so, why do you think she's just saying something now?
cause they probably was scared. Girl, when you got these, when I worked in the prison, it was a lot of stuff I turned my head to. You saw, but you didn't see. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But they knew. They knew exactly what these people was doing. Yeah, they knew.
Wow.
All I want to know is how can I get me a piece of the pie?
My husband said we should. I forgot what he said. I think he said we should show support for Renee Good. That's how we can get some donations. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Anyway, what else do I have here? Oh, we're gonna talk about Don Lemonhead and them. Don Lemonhead and them. Attorney General announces the arrest of at least two people involved in a Minnesota church protest. Look, Don Lemon need his butt whooped. Now he is trying to say that he was just a journalist and is not involved in this project. When there's video of him clearly making plans with this what's the lady name? Oh God, what is her name? Making plans to go up in the church and disrupt the service. Huh. So, a prominent civil rights attorney and at least one other person involved in an anti-immigration enforcement protest that disrupted a church service in Minnesota have been arrested. Bundy announced the arrest of Nakima Levi Armstrong in a post on X. On Sunday, protesters entered the city's church in St. Paul, where a local official with U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement serves as a pastor. Bondi later posted on X that a second person had been arrested. The Justice Department quickly opened a civil rights investigation after the group interrupted services by chanting "Ice Out" and "Justice for Renee Good," referring to the 37-year-old mother of three who was fatally unalived by an ICE officer in Minneapolis earlier this month. Listen loud and clear. We do not tolerate attacks on places of worship, the Attorney General wrote. This lady had a nerve to say, I don't know if it's in this article or not. Yeah, she said, wait, first of all, let me put a picture up right there. Let me put her picture up first. And I want y'all to hear what she said in reference to or her reasons for going up in the church like that. Wait a minute. Hold up. I got so many windows open. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull her picture up. Give me a second. April, I can't hear you at all. If I don't know when you asked this, but that's why I started talking because I couldn't hear you. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. I don't know. Wait, I don't know. So wait, hold on, hold on. Anyway, this lady who is the head honcho, they say, she organized for, or she does this on the regular, or organize groups of people to chase down ICE agents. This is what she said. Hold on, did I lose it? She said, "You cannot lead a congregation while directing an agency whose actions have caused lives and inflicted fear in the communities." And who done died and left her God? Who done died and told her who can lead a congregation and who cannot lead a congregation? She said, "You cannot lead a congregation while directing an agency whose actions have caused lives and inflicted fear in our communities." Who done died and left you God, ma'am? Who are you to say who can lead a church and who can't lead a church? Who are you to say who can lead a congregation and who can't lead a congregation? They arrested her for going up in the church during the service, and she needed to be arrested. She, the other lady, and Don Lemon, they interrupted a Sunday service. They didn't arrest her for saying that in church. They arrested her for interrupting the church service, which she should have been interrupted. I mean, she should have been arrested. And Don Lemon needed to be arrested with them. For some reason, he got out of it. For some reason, because he detached himself from them in a third video saying that he was just a journalist, they didn't arrest him. He should have been arrested too. He was the one that crammed the microphone in front of the pastor's face. Excuse me, y'all. Y'all gonna have to excuse me. I'm coming down with the cold. That's what I get for washing my hair and going outside, right? But yeah, I don't know where April is. Yeah, she just dropped off. Okay. They interrupted our whole nation preaching away our identity. And speaking of identity, I just have to say something to Foundation of Black Americans before I get off this internet. Before I get off this YouTube, right? I don't know what is so difficult for people to understand that FBA is not an organization. What is so hard for you guys to understand about foundational Black Americans? What part don't you understand? What part of foundational Black Americans don't you understand? Huh? Let me break it down to you. Hold on, let me break it down to you. Wait. First, see this man right here? This man said that Black Americans don't even know who their fathers are. He said that Black Americans are the results of one night stand. You hear me? This is what this man right here said. And that got me to thinking. Because everybody that I know and grew up with know their fathers. Everybody that I know and grew up with, if their father wasn't in the household, they did have a father figure. An uncle, brother, cousin, you know. But this man right here, he says that Black people, yes, he is Somalian, doesn't even know their own fathers. He said, we are the product of one night stands. Okay, y'all don't believe me. Let me find the video. Let me find the video for you right quick. And he had the audacity to issue an apology. He had the audacity to issue an apology. I don't know if I still have the video. Let me see if I still have this video here. I think I have the statement that he made. And I have the apology. But just my luck, I won't. Oh, here it is. Just my luck, I won't be able to find it. I have two. Because this wasn't planned. But let me see. Here it is.
Of the people that we meet, especially African Americans, they don't even know their fathers. They don't even know their fathers. It was all of them, most of them were the product of one night stand. One night stand. They will tell you, I don't know my father. Well, who named you? Whose name are you carrying? Well, my mother chose his name for me. I don't know. Is that what we want for our ummah? No. كلهم أو معظمهم أبناء الزنا. أبناء الزنا. Why? Because man, he has to give up the seed. And because the marriage will limit them, they will go from one to another to a third.
Y'all heard him. Black American people do not know their fathers. They are products of one night stands. So here now, let's see the apology. Let me see if I can find this apology. Let me see here. I think this is it. I have two videos here. I don't know which one is the apology.
I'll be quick and to the point. A few days back, a sister emailed me saying that perhaps I did disrespect the African American, and during my khutbah, and my response to her was, "Are you sure that was me?" I do have a tremendous respect for them. I was them who the freedom and their struggle should not be condemned and disrespected. So the sisters, after that, she sent me a link saying, "This is what you said, Jazakallah." And I do appreciate Sister Aisha. I don't even know her last name or second name, but I do appreciate you sending me that mail. God bless you. What I'd like to say here, number one, the mission.
Let me see if the other video is better. Anyway, that's this video apologizing. I brought this video up to say, I brought this topic up to say that Foundation of Black Americans, we are the indigenous people to this land. We are the indigenous people to this land. And like everything else, we will white it out. Just like everything else, they whited us out. I have traced my heritage back to 1701 through my father's side of the family. All the way back to 1701, Beaufort County, North Carolina. My ancestors were freed men and women. So when somebody tell me that I don't have a land, my ancestors don't have a land to fall back on, lies. This here is our land, the United States of this here America. The southern states of the United States, our motherland. That's where we from. That's where the Most High has granted us this land. And so when someone tell you as a foundation Black American that you don't have any culture, that you don't know where you come from, the devil's a liar. There's so much evidence out here. There is too much evidence out here that proves that we are indigenous to this land. I just found my great grandfather, Thomas Blango. My father is Albert Blango. His father is Elisha Blango. Elisha Blango's father was James Blango. That's my third great grandfather. Elisha Blango's father was Riley Blango. Riley Blango's father was Riley Blango. Riley Blango Sr., Riley Blango Jr. Okay? That's 5 generations that I traced back to this land. To this land.
This land here are the United States of America.
Look it up. My ancestors, their enclave was called Bettytown. They lived off the land, they lived off the water. It was called Bettytown because the people that owned the town lost the lease to the town, and somehow my grandfather ended up with it, and they lived off that land and they worked that land. Free. They were free men and women. They had to walk around with their papers in their pockets to prove their freedom. These are my ancestors. And you know what happened to that enclave? that they lived in, they worked the land, they fished, they were fishermen, they were men from the water, they worked the water, they worked the land. Guess what happened to that land? When the white man saw that they were in there living on their own and living by themselves and not needing them, they went in there and tore up that enclavement, and now that enclave is called Aurora, North Carolina. It went from Bettytown, from where my people own the land, now it's Aurora, North Carolina. And you trying to tell me that I don't have no place to call home? The United States of America is my home.
Exactly.
The whole time I'm thinking I'm African, because that's what y'all lied and told us, that we're African. I traced my heritage and found out that I wasn't. I'm not. I am a Native American. I can go back to 1701, and I'm planning on going back further than that. I'm going to go all the way back till I reach Abraham.
Right. And when you think about it, I mean, Abraham Lincoln promised us up to 40 acres.
I was talking about Abraham in the Bible. I was talking about Abraham in the Bible, not Abraham Lincoln.
No, but I'm just saying. He signed the order for us to get up to 40 acres and a mule, right? And honey, his body wasn't cold, and they reversed that. Nobody never took them to court on that. Nobody.
Well, that was the Most High doing. That was the Most High doing. That was the Most High.
Yeah.
That was the Most High doing. Because I say that because he took everything. The Most High took everything from us. And he made sure that we weren't going to be able to get back what was taken from us. And that's because of our disobedience. I can't say it enough. Yaquaba said, remember Christopher Columbus was slaughtering the indigenous men and keeping the women to be a slave master? Yes. Yeah. That's what they do. He said, my grandma on daddy's side was from Union Springs, Alabama, and on my mama's side, Blackville, South Carolina. I'm telling you, like I said the other night on my live stream, I was doing my research and I came across several towns or enclaves that Black people owned. And when I was talking to Breeze Omega the other day, he named one of the towns that showed up in my research. Said his mother, his grandmother or somebody from his family, that was their enclave in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. I'm telling you, man, Black Foundation of Black Americans. You ever heard of that game? It's called 360 Degrees of something, where if you search hard enough, you'll find out you're related. Like April, if I search hard enough, we might find out we related. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because my brother was doing research, and we do have people that was in the Carolinas.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah. They were from the Carolinas. Yeah.
And they said after the Revolutionary War, that's when everybody dispersed. All the Black people that had their own little encampments, that grew up in these little encampments, the white people just came in, and because of they saw that the Black people were independent, they just came in and wiped them out, wiped out the enclaves.
Yeah, that's because we trusted them. We trusted them. Matter of fact, they are known as cave people. They were living in caves.
I even have the name of the census taker that went down into the encavement and took down my ancestors, took down their information to put in the Census Bureau. I even have his name. I'm telling you, it's amazing. They
Yeah.
they lied to us. They lied to us, and they lied to us. And it would behoove us all to find out where we really from. Because if you're a foundation of FBA, it's gonna come up in the census. If you're a foundation of Black American, it's gonna come up. I'm telling you now, my father's last name is unique. His last name is Blango, Blango. At first,
Right.
it was hard for me to find information on him, but then I stopped. I stopped for years. But just
Um,
recently, I pulled up all. I'm telling y'all, man, it's just amazing. I was hurt
yeah.
when I found out what happened to the encampment, the enclave where they lived in. I was hurt for 2 days. It hurt me so badly to know that my family was part of that history where white people went in and cleaned out their enclave where they lived and where they grew their everything and just wiped them out. And now it's the city. It's called Aurora, North Carolina. Y'all look it up. This history. I'm part of that history. My family is part of that history.
Yeah. Because they did have to keep records of of the slaves when they sold them and stuff. You know, they even had cemeteries on the plantations.
Yaquaba, my daddy's oldest sister, they have different fathers, right? But my daddy's father raised her. Her last name is Simmons. My great grandfather was named Smith Simmons. My daddy's uh, mother, my daddy's mother is named Margie Simmons. Her daddy name is Smith Simmons. You see what I'm saying? You hear me, Yaquaba?
I hear you.
I'm saying I want to know if Yaquaba hear me because he said his grandmother is Eloise. His grandmother Eloise married a Simmons, but she had mama from a Jackson.
Girl, when it comes down to it, we all might be related.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah. Because I know my great grandfather, he was half Indian. And when we was getting our family project together, um, the white Aprils, you know, even though they were Indians, they got with white people. They didn't want to participate with us. Yeah, yeah.
Wow. My grandmother is Margie Simmons, North Carolina. Wow. Interesting. That's interesting, Yaquaba. That's very interesting. That's interesting. Hmm.
Yeah,
My daddy,
yeah.
I'm doing my mother's side too. Tracing my mother's side of the family too. Because
Well,
it's important
I
now.
do know that my grandmother on my maternal side, she was um, a slave owner's child, and he took care of my grandmother, even though her aunties raised her because her mother died in childbirth. But he bought them money and stuff for her. Yeah,
mm,
yeah, yeah.
I think that in this day and time, even though I know there's a part in the Bible where it says that we shouldn't be really concerned with the lineage. You know what I'm talking about, Yaquaba, where it says we shouldn't be caught up in generations or something to that effect.
Yeah.
something like that. But I just feel that it's important in these times right now, especially since we're on this Foundation of Black American trip. I just think it's important that Black people do their research and find out where they from. Find out where they from, so no one can ever say to you that you don't have a land, that you don't have a culture. That's a lie. This is our land. I believe that wholeheartedly now more than ever. The United States of this here America was the land that was allotted to our people.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah. But we need to know, you know,
Yep.
because that's where the kissing cousins find out you related, go to a family reunion. Yeah.
Yep.
You need to know. Yeah. But
And
who was that one guy? Who was that? George Wallace. Remember he hated black people so much, but he had a black daughter that he had taken
mm,
care of.
mm,
Yeah.
he full of it. That's
Yeah.
that's hypocritical. If I don't know what is, that's very hypocritical. So
Uh,
anyway, I need to get off this thing because I need some NyQuil or something. So I washed my hair the other day and went
okay.
outside,
Yeah.
and now I'm
'Cause it's cold here.
catching a cold.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay,
So
B.
yeah, um,
Um,
this show was a pop up show. We hadn't planned this. We just said let's do it.
yeah. Keeping you informed of, what's going on, you know, learn how to, every fight ain't our fight. Every fight ain't our fight. Yeah. Yeah. And to keep the information going about people that's trying to hijack our movement. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Paul Birdsong.
Yeah.
That's one of the guys who is trying to hijack the Black Panther movement. A lot of people saying he's not even black. A lot
Uh-huh.
of people are saying that he's Latino.
Yeah. Well, and what I thought he was originally when I seen him, yeah, Puerto Rican.
Right.
Yeah.
But he says he's foundation of Black America.
Yeah.
But no one believes him.
Yeah. Yeah, because he trying to hijack a movement and turn it into something. Y'all got to realize how important it is for these people to try to get us involved in this war, in this fight that they got going on. We're not protecting y'all no more in y'all mess.
Right. Right.
We not going. And so yeah, y'all can keep bringing them over here to replace us because that's y'all plan. That was y'all plan from the jump. Uh, to replace us because everybody's waking up, you
Yep.
know. Uh, and so it is what it is. Some of y'all don't want to get it. I'm glad I do have some people that have inboxed me because I said I wasn't going to argue with people anymore. I was just going to put it out there and do your own research. And I talk about all about organizations that they have hijacked the movement, like Black Lives Matter and stuff. Like, you know, those organizations, they're not for us. You know, they pick and choose. They involving us in something. And then money, and power is the root of all evil. Because these
No,
people are
no. The love of money.
love
The
of money.
love of money and power is the root of all evil.
Yeah, the love of money.
Yeah. Money and money ain't the evil thing. It's the love of it. When you love it more than you love the Most High God,
Yeah. And
that's
even
the evil of it.
even that lady, that one that said she was a reverend, she was on their payroll. She had
Mm-hmm.
received like $1 million from them, from some foundation down there in Minnesota. So all you have to do is follow the money, uh, and you'll see everybody was in on that corruption down there in Minnesota, and it's sad. It's sad. And you know, hey, I'm ready to go say I'm a Samoan, but when we find out, it's
Uh,
too late for us to
it's,
get in the thing. You know,
yeah, it's too late.
it's too late
We
now.
should have been Somalians months ago.
Yeah, last year. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
anyway, let me shut this thing down. I need to go get me some
Okay. Thanks
NyQuil.
for coming on. Yeah. Thank
Yep,
you.
paid off. Thank you, Yaquaba, for hanging in there with us. I
Yeah,
know
thank
I'll
you.
probably get more views later on, but
I did. I'm gonna share the
yeah,
show, dude.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So thank
Yeah,
you, April, for hopping on the panel. Let's do this again.
no problem.
Maybe
Okay.
Sunday.
Peace and love, everybody.
Maybe Sunday.
I'm on.
Bye, Yaquaba. I hope you have a blessed Sabbath. All right. It's your girl, B Sparrow, Buzz Sweet Talk Radio, y'all. Holla at y'all, girl. Okay. All right.
Party time, niggas. Put your hands up. Light up your splits. Put some Ribby in your cups. Cause it ain't no party like a bunch of hooligans who done met up in the pen. Now they free to glow again. We rhyme with songs for dimes and thongs.